Well, glad we got the win. Really pleased with a bunch of guys that played tonight, and overall, just happy we got the win. I think we had too many long faces in the locker room. Had to cheer them up a little bit. Obviously, they felt like we didn't play our best, but that's okay. We'll fix it, and that's my job as a coach to make sure these guys are ready to roll and that they're playing at a higher level. So, just give a lot of credit to Sam Houston. I thought they came ready to play. I've been praising Coach Casey Keeler from the very beginning. That he's a legend. He's one of the best coaches in college football. It was really cool to see him tonight and be able to talk to him. I think his staff done an amazing job coaching their guys. I said that from the beginning. We see that they're well coached. It's a good performance. Just glad that we were able to make more plays and get the win and get the shutout. Really happy with what our defense did. I thought they tackled well. I thought they played assignment sound. A couple mistakes, gave us some plays, but stuff that we can fix. And more than anything, just really happy with the aggression, the way they tackled, specifically with the DBs. And I thought, coverage-wise, I thought we did some really good things. So we were able to handle the run game for the most part. I thought they threw the ball pretty quickly, didn't give us enough time to be disruptive in terms of sacks, but getting TFLs and stopping the run at the line of scrimmage was big for us was a big goal. Happy that we were able to do that, and obviously played better on third downs for our defense and got turnovers. On the other side, offense, obviously we've seen our offense perform better than that, so I expect them to be better. There's some issues that we got to fix, and a lot of that I think are fixable, and it comes to us coaches handling it. So for some reason it was flat and not good enough. They know that, but I want them to be proud of them taking care of the football. It seems like when we're trying to get some momentum, mistakes, penalties would stop the momentum. And so, we and as far as special teams, I thought Ryan Rico kicked really well. The way he punted was amazing. That fake punt was on me. That's not on him. That's on us coaches. I think trying to create a spark, and sometimes you don't create a spark by doing something like that. So my error, and we'll get better at that. I can be better at that as well. So I'm glad that the defense responded. I'm telling you, the way Jay's got them trained, they respond to negative plays like that and got us the ball back. So I was really proud of them all night. It just felt like they were just in control of the game. Even when big plays happened, I felt like they weren't out of it. So really proud of the guys overall. Proud of all three phases. There's definitely some room for improvement, and we'll work on that. Week 1 to week 2, we can make a lot of improvement. So it's humbling in some ways too. You just can't show up and think that guys are just gonna give you plays and give you points. And so humbling a little bit for our players, especially on the offensive side. But we'll get better, and we'll make sure we show up next week. Southern Utah played a tight game against ASU, so it's not going to be easy. So we need to make sure that we learn from this and get better and find ways to put points on the board and while still taking care of the football, and find ways to be disruptive on defense. And then special teams be the X factor for us. I thought Ryan was able to flip the field for us. Played really great complementary football with the defense. And on defense, I was really proud of getting some turnovers. So. Questions?
Looking at the defense overall, and when you saw what they were doing in camp and in practices leading up to this game, does what their performance tonight kind of fit like the overall vision and potential that you saw in them leading up to this game?
Yeah, of course. And I thought, there's some plays that we'd love to have back too. I think there's some things that we can improve on. Jay's already thinking of what we can do better next week. So I've been really proud with the way they practiced all camp. There were some moments with the offense. I think the first scrimmage, the offense had the upper hand, and we're coming off of they had a great performance in scrimmage against our defense, and just what Jay does, he doesn't like that, and they responded really nicely, and I thought the defense just kept working on getting better one day at a time, and I've seen that offense be really explosive against this defense, and so. We got to get that back, and I feel like it's attainable. We just got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot when we're getting momentum plays and try to find more urgency to get lined up and play. I mean, we had late calls, had to take some timeouts and all stuff like that. That's a momentum killer. So that's stuff that we can fix, that we can handle on the coaching part, and I got to be better at demanding that from our offense.
You noted the explosive nature of the offense. You guys have built an identity on that. What caused only 2 explosive plays through the air? Was it just by design to go kind of dink and dunk, or not enough shots downfield?
I think a couple of things. I think the one thing I don't want to take away is that Sam Houston's a really good defensive team. We've known that. I mean, I've said this team's won national championship a few years ago, and they have a really good coach. And we knew that with them redshirting so many players last year, that they would have a different team than even showed most of the film last year. And so I felt like they had a really good game plan, and so a lot of teams are probably going to do what they did. So we need to find ways to get points on the board and find explosive plays, and that's what we're usually good at. We got to get some guys healed up and get some experience back on the field, and then capitalize and make opportunities for us to have success. I think we had some 50-50 balls that were up there, and maybe there's some times that we could have taken a little bit of conservative route on the checkdowns, let our guys make plays. But I felt like overall there was just not there was not a rhythm going, you know. So that the rhythm's got to be established by the play caller and established by the offensive staff and the players on the field. And we've had that. For some reason, it didn't show up tonight, and I'm disappointed about that. But I've seen it before, so it's not like we're just making stuff up. Let's just get it back, and it's really nice when you can win games and everybody's really disappointed about it, you know. And it's like, okay, guys, you got to smile. We got the win, so a lot of the offensive guys are not happy. Defensive guys are fired up because we got a shutout and got turnovers. But I just want to make sure they know that we win and lose as a team. So I was really pleased with the fact that nobody pointed fingers. There was none of that going on the sideline. We just have to be able to handle things a little bit differently when things aren't going our way on the offensive side, and maybe guys were probably pushing a little bit too much and getting outside the framework of their own 1/11th. You know, that tends to happen. Sometimes guys want to make the play all by themselves instead of just blocking their responsibility, doing their assignment. And I saw a little bit of that tonight, freelancing a little bit.
What was the decision to go with L.J. Martin in the fourth quarter, which was a good decision, obviously?
Yeah, I think A-Rod and the offensive staff, Harvey, and them just felt like they wanted a spark. I was trying to create one with the fake punt. They just created one with a different personnel. I don't want to blame it on the running backs because it's not like everything was blocked up really nicely at the begin with. We really pride ourselves on having big physical alignment, and it just wasn't good enough from them at the line of scrimmage. And again, Sam Houston did some really good things to expose us in some ways, but we got to improve. We got to play way better, and we got to play more of a unit on the front line with the 5 guys blocking. So once we do that, we get the rhythm back, and I'm looking forward to the next showing. I just looking forward to next week. Just want to get there quickly.
How big were Jacob's 2 interceptions tonight?
Yeah, obviously the one after the failed fake punt was huge, and so it's interesting. Jacob's just a big time playmaker. A lot of people haven't tested him in the time that he's been here, and for some reason this group wanted to test him, and he had some amazing interceptions. Probably could have had another one, but I like the way he tackled too, and I think Eddie tackled well. Camden tackled well. I mean, all the corners. Maury, the whole group did well. Marcus McKenzie did a great job on punt cover with his speed and chasing down those punts that were just, you can't tell Ryan to not kick it far because he was booming the ball, and we had a lot of speed getting there. Him and Jacob Bourne did a great job getting downfield. Although there's a lot of room for improvement, there's a lot of things to be praised, and those guys played really well. So I want to get them consistently doing it. Next week, see if we can perform at a high level like what Ryan's done, but I don't want him punting that many times in a game. So that'd be the goal. When he comes on, let's kick PATs, you know. So but when his numbers called, I was glad that he was able to flip the field. I was really happy with the overall performance on the team. And offensively, we got to take care of what we can do better, but they took care of the football, and that was a big key for us.
What did you make of how Keaton played today? And did you think he was pressing at all?
I think maybe that's a good question to ask him, but we've seen him perform better. So I think maybe just try to. Sometimes you can force the throw a little bit more than just take what's there, and you know, we've had performances where quarterbacks can make better decisions. I know A-Rod will get it fixed, and I know Keaton's got a lot of ability, so he's hard on himself. I mean, there's guys in there that they're really upset at how they perform. So got that one under your belt. You know, you played at home. Got a back-to-back home game, so here we go, trying to improve and get better second game. And let's see what happens. I have a lot of confidence in our players and the talent.
Does LJ's performance put him as your starter going forward at running back?
The competition is always going to be there. We feel really good about those three running backs being able to run the ball. I think we'll have to kind of evaluate it and see. I thought he played much more mature than a true freshman. You know, I think we've been bragging about how good he's been, and he had looked a little bit like Tyler Algier out there with some of the runs and the vision that he had. But you look at the stuff that Aiden can do. He's a capable runner as well, and so is Dion. So I don't put it all on the running backs. I think towards the end they felt really comfortable with him being able to run the ball, and he did some good things. I mean, he finished with 91 yards, you know, and was able to break some tackles. So everywhere we're improving a lot of different areas, and that's one is making sure the running backs handle the run game a lot better and find ways to gash the defense and get more yards for us.
What happened in the second half where you guys come out and you had to immediately call a timeout? What was the issue there? Was that a communication?
Yeah, that's all coaching. No, we got to get the call in earlier. You know, I think the clock was running. I think we were used to having a little bit more time to get stuff going, and that we just got to get the call in faster. So there's no excuses. That's me as a coach. I got to get our staff and get our coaches performing better.
Last couple questions.
How big of an impact was the clock changes? Do you feel in the flow of the game? And
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think what happens is the clock gets going a lot faster, so you have to get the calls in a lot quicker. We've seen that a little bit in college football over the weekend. Just guys getting in the calls late, you know. So, but as far as the plays go, we had 67 plays on offense, and they had 57. You know, I think that's about right. I mean, for us, it was just more of the lack of explosive plays. You know, that's the thing that I want to see different. I mean, we've seen this offense be more explosive than that before. So, and I'm just, like I said, defense, whenever you can get a shutout, we just haven't done that before since I've been the head coach. So I'm really happy about that and really happy with what Jay did. I just liked their demeanor, how they took the field. It was a good thing for me to see.
Okay, last question. Anything else?
Got them all.
All right, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Last shout out was